Hello divine beings, hello beautiful creators, hello spirit frequencies, hello beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creators. Thank you so much for joining us. We are Kemet Kah-Ri and it's time for a divine tea with Kemet Kah-Ri. We have had an interesting few days, a few weeks, yet these last few days have been quite impactful with the new moon in Taurus coming through on the 27th of April 2025, and we would like to share some of the experiences and what we are receiving and how we will also be spending our energies at this time and for the foreseeable time. So beautiful beings, we have come to understand that through all of our work here with all of you, and just how we are and how we be, the underlying or the foundational frequency upon which we create, upon which we receive, and upon which we weave is self-love, right? The teachings we offer and the offerings here assist you all to allow yourself self-love, no excuse. To allow yourself nurture, care, love, clarity, truth, abundance, prosperity, no excuse. No matter who the person is, no matter who the people are, no matter what the situation is, to release everything that doesn't serve you, and for you to allow that which honors your love first and foremost, without guilt, without apology, completely honoring the love frequency you are. And with rose quartz energies, we all know self-love energies, the highest frequency of love in this physical realm. Why? In this physical 3D realm, we are conditioned to not love ourselves. Immediately, love is for others. Love is for the pleasure, the pleasing of others, for the validation from others. All external ways of how you should love, of how love is portrayed in books and movies, all dreams, all ways, all past experiences, having nothing to do with you, beautiful being born right into this earth. No, you are not conditioned, you're not taught to love self. You're conditioned to release the love of self. In fact, to ignore yourself, at times betray yourself, at times poison yourself, suppress yourself, restrict yourself, limit yourself, imprison yourself, diminish yourself for others, and declare that love. The physical realm is a realm in which we express ourselves in our individual form. In the spirit, our non-physical frequency, that is us all together in a collective union, all frequencies as one, never apart, fully within each other. And so a physical domain in which we can express the individual frequencies of this collective, well, that tickled us, that pleased the co-creative frequency of spirit we all are, of source we all are. Thus this realm created for the beautiful infinite spirit, source frequency, God force energies we are, to have individual expressions, each tree unique, the butterflies, the birds, the insects, the stars, each grain of sand, the snowflakes, unique, individual expressions of frequency, of vibration, of spirit, of source. By allowing yourself self-love, you are simply stating, I allow myself to receive all that I am through spirit, everything I am through the source I am. I do not judge it, for nobody's there. We receive freely. That energy doesn't consider other people. It's not about other people. It's about you receiving all that you are. And when you are allowed to receive all that you are, appreciate all that you are, and love all that you be, well, when you allow all that is, which is organic and natural to you, which would be loving to you, for it's not resistant to you, it is co-creative with you, it doesn't tear you down, it builds you up. When you allow yourself to receive all that you are, love all that you are, not fear all that you are, right? The conditioning inspires you to fear that which you are, to fear the unknown, to fear your truth, and to live the truths of others, the conditions of others, cultures, religions, past experiences, all just dumped on you to carry on, for others have not learned their lesson, so might as well you learn it for them, right? So when you allow yourself to receive all that you are and you love that aspect of self, loving who you are, accepting all you are, and allowing all that you are to then manifest within love, as love, that is self-love. And being within the frequency of self-love means you command and demand that other energies will only co-create with you when they have learned to love themselves. Thus, they can, in turn, love you, appreciate you. For you cannot love another if you have not learned or have not acknowledged the love you are, have not learned to love yourself. You cannot do unto another which you are, not doing unto yourself. It's simply the way it is. If you're not caring for yourself, you cannot care for another. It was interesting, we were watching this show, we won't really name it, but we're watching the show, and it's a podcast of these two British gentlemen, and they were interviewing this other lady, I can't remember her name, probably in her mid-20s. This beautiful woman, very vibrant, a lot of energy, a lot of beautiful power and charisma, and also quite social, famous, just well socially known. And they were talking about icks, things that turn you off, the icks. And she mentioned that her ick is when her boyfriend or a man takes a bath or does any of those, bubble baths and relaxation things that, the man has to be strong and tough, and having an idea of a man then taking a bath that just, ooh. And yet she wishes the man, or whoever the partner she would have, to then run her a bath after her long day, to treat her with bubble baths and gifts. And we found that incredibly confusing. What a contradiction. How on earth do you expect somebody to consider you and to consider that you might enjoy a bath when you demand they deny themselves the same energy, the same love, the same care? How are they to know what the bath would do to you, how the bath would assist you, would relax you, would embrace you, would hold you, would purify, the waters purifying? How are they to even consider you having that experience when you demand that they can't? How can they nurture you when you decide that they can't nurture themselves, because then it's not masculine enough, it's an ick? Strange humans, aren't they? And that is the human conditioning. Everything has to be for the other, never for self. We connected to the frequency of Eden, once known as the Garden of Eden, but this was the frequency of Eden complete. And when we were there, we felt everyone through self-love. And they said, yes, this is the realm, the domain of self-love, source creation. Every being here creates through their source. They only co-create through resonance here. Eden is that heaven on earth frequency. And so here, through self-love, you do that which honors your love first and foremost. That honors you first and foremost. That is the garden. That is the Eden. It was only when men decided that one shall eat of the fruit born of their knowledge, naming things, how things should be, how things have to be, rights and wrongs. That's when the distortion began, because now it was very, very selfish of you and greedy of you to self-love. How dare you love yourself before loving another? How dare you look after yourself before you look after the needs of others? That's so inappropriate. That's so selfish. That's so uncaring, so unloving, so self-serving for you to dare allow yourself love before you allow others. Others who don't want to do the work to do it. They want you to love them for them. The serpent with the tree of knowledge, the fruit, teaching us, hey, stop listening to others, you are a tree. Receive from the fruit of you, eat of the fruit of your own knowledge, eat of the fruit of you, eat of your source. Release the old, transmute those energies, eat of your own. And naturally, through religion, the snake was then evil, for how dare anything empower you to your own power? Everything has to be diverted through the external frequency. But you all know the stories of religions and conditioning. Everything to liberate taboo and evil and horrid, right? So it's interesting that through all these beautiful journeys, we have come recently into truly stepping into self-love. And we've felt self-love, yet we have been focused within Velastri divine love, which is receiving all that you are within to allow it to be without, divine, the starlight love, and then Kemet within sacred love. And the sacred love is the self-love we've come to understand. And we haven't really sat into self-love and realized why. Why haven't we felt self-love as important as divine love, as important as sacred love, as important as higher love, right? Because in this realm, that's the love that is no side plate, a side dish, an afterthought, self-love. Do self-loving things, but you don't realize no, remain and be within the frequency of self-love at all times. You are to receive from you in the physical. In the spirit realm, yes, you receive from all, from every being, from everyone. It's a whole co-creative mix. But in this physical, you receive from you at all times what you be, what you manifest. And only when you resonate and you co-create, when you bump into each other, now you share your energies, and then when you release and come back to receiving from you, the conditioning, now codependency, receive from the other, receive from each other, then you are lost. We were feeling an interesting overwhelmment of energies. For within Velastri, when we were in our spirit form, everything within us flowing at once felt at home. But as we shifted into Kemet, all of a sudden this felt a little uncomfortable. Everything all at once. We're like, oof, everything in the external, feeling everything, receiving everything, it wasn't everything, the internal, like it's lovely, but wow, it's actually just not harmonious. Why? You're not spirit, Kemet. You are very physical, 3D, in the light, human. And yes, as Velastri, when you were embodying the spirit frequency to bring in the spirit, to heal the shadow frequencies, yes indeed, you embodied spirit, you were within the spirit, all energies immersed into oneness, flowing through you at all times, no disconnect. That of course was home. You are a spirit being. But now, as you shift fully into your physical that spirit being manifest into the physical once more, not conditioned as Lasala, now free as your own frequency, where you choose your own name, the name which has been birthed from your frequency, Kemet. Your own frequency, you see. All that you are within the spirit, the co-creative frequencies of you, through a unique, singular expression, that we may all experience all of our infinite selves. This is how we, spirit, how we source, explore the infinite nature of us, by each of us having infinite individual experiencings, learnings, and co-creations. And only through resonance and contact, okay, now our energies co-create and exchange, and then you release fully back to the receiving of yourself. You always receive from yourself. You're always abundant. You're always in love. You're always your truth. You're always full. You're always whole. You are always source. Self-love, the highest frequency in the physical realm. We are understanding with the new moon in Taurus coming through. There is availability of energies, and many of you are feeling it, where all of your higher frequencies are now being birthed into the physical, coming into the physical, for you to then be able to manifest your frequencies in the physical. For that has been what we've been asking for, right? Delays in finances, delays in physical manifestation. And it's also saying, well, listen, you are 5th D right now. You're operating in the 5th D Aquarian frequencies. 5D isn't money. 3D is money. 3D is the realm of life. 3D is the physical realm, the light realm of life. This is the realm of life. And everything you are wanting is operating in the realm of life. Not the realm of spirit, not the realm of high frequencies, higher consciousness, higher this, higher codes, the realm of life, of this physical life. And it's time that we now return to the 3D, fully within your power. We no longer need to fear the 3D. This realm is no longer conditioned. It's no longer a realm of control. Source is anchored here now. This is a realm where you can be in your full power. For you do not release your 5th dimensional self. You don't release your 20th dimensional self, your 100th dimensional self. You don't release your star being self, your angelic self, your light being self. You don't release any of that. Oh no, in fact, you fully encompass it all through a physical form, this human vessel, and you discover it in this physical reality. It is time for your new chapter in the physical, in your power as the King, the Queen of Pentacles, as the Empress, as the Emperor, in your fullness, in your power. Taurus, 2nd house energies, foundation of relationships, career, home, security, your physical life, being, your life essence, now being of your spirit, being of all that you are. The conditioned shadow, the shadow which we were all conditioned to fear and enslave, well, conditioned the spirit, thus conditioned life. False spirit, false life, false light, false shadow, false light, false spirit, false life. Shadow is spirit, light is life. And as you now allow the healing of the shadow, it now evolves into the spirit frequency, free and powerful and complete. And as you've now allowed the healing of the light, releasing the conditioning of the light, evolves into life. Life, life essence. You are here to birth life. Your life, a life of your own. So, for you to manifest everything you've been wanting, it's time for you to step into the 3D world again, releasing all those frequencies, knowing they're with you, and trusting your physical body embodiment, knowing that your realm will now be birthed in the 3D. Your life is a life of your own. You'll co-create through resonance, Eden, heaven on earth. Kirya vere kikish, kirya turo tarve, kiryesh kia tatalo valavire kirya tove, kiryesh kia ritriye kikiveyesh, kirya turo tarve kriyekesh. Some of you, like us, have had very higher dimensional frequencies. So a lot of the physical life has been suspended, not much happening, right? You've been wondering, why has nothing been moving all these past 5-6 years? You haven't been in the 3D. This realm is the 3D we're living in. You haven't been present here. Thus, no movement here. Lots of movement in your higher dimensional frequencies, higher dimensional energies, higher dimensional lives. Not much progress here. Some of you have been very 3D based, having progress here, and yet connecting into interesting frequencies here and now, and just having very interesting developments in your 3D world. Wherever you have been, you're all integrating at different spaces. We are now to assist all of you, whether it is from all your higher dimensional spaces now coming through to embody your 3D self into your life, or those who are in the 3D now finally aligning all of those messages into unison while you're here. Whichever way, we wish to assist as we can now, to allow your beautiful energies to come into a unison, a streamlined frequency of you, birthing yourself into the 3D in your power. The earth now sees you, the 3D earth realm receives you. You have done the work to integrate all that you are here. And now as you then allow yourself to be 3D, three-dimensional humanoid form, knowing that you have all of your co-creative powers and abilities available to you. They'll never be lost. They're now with you, no longer boxed away, hidden in the shadow. They're now with you as you. You're going to finally be able to experience the changes in the 3D, because guess what? You're now present in the 3D. The 3D can now see you. We had to embody the realms you were in, which is why this information wasn't quite clear then. We had to embody our fifth dimensional self, to be the Aquarian frequency to receive. And we still are, even here in the 3D. And you will still be when you return to the 3D. When you re-enter the 3D, when you birth yourself into the realm of life once more, through the frequency of self-love. Yes, self-love. The rose quartz, pink, the highest frequency of your stability. The root chakra now being pink, your stability being through the highest expression of your self-love, receiving all that you are, loving and accepting and birthing your truth into this physical realm. And saying, hey, you can co-create with me wherever you want, should you be within self-love. That means you love yourself. So you treat yourself with honor and respect. You care for yourself. You nurture yourself. You've done the work to allow yourself love. Thus, you will treat me in kind. For only when you love you can you be ever able to love anybody else or anything else. Even RuPaul says that too, right? How can you love anybody else if you don't love yourself? It is very, very true. Okay, beautiful beings, let us now Karekish Kriyatur Trivietos. We're going to assist to align. Miriakire Talavekriash Kiatu Katuravekesh. Kiriatura Talavaresh. Kiria. This will assist in preparation for these beautiful new moon in Taurus energies, that you may awaken your new path in the 3D. 3D is physical, the pentacle realm, the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, physical, earth realm, life realm. So let's return to life now. Let's birth life, true life. For life is now of your source, true life. The absence of your source, absence of life. It's false, it's fake, it's not real, it's illusion. You are now birthing life into earth, upon earth. Rakaretesh. Connecting to your grids, Rakita Lavemetrietesh. Connecting to all components you are, Valavetriesh. All of your dimensional realms, all of your frequencies, all that you are, Kato Tave. Virya Kirato Ravekiesh Kiato, Kiriato Lavekriash Kiato Tolave, Mirya Kiato Lavepriesh. Kiriatosh Tavi. Viryakesh Katuro Tave, Maitera, Kriaka. Kiriaturo Talvelevesh Kiatireke. Kiriesh Katuro Tave. Mirya Kiriesh Kiaturo Kiresh. Kiriatosh. Kiriatosh Kirive. Connecting to 3D Earth. Hello, 3D Earth, hello. Are you ready to receive these beings? Yes, indeed. Kiriakito Tolve Meta. Connecting to the star Earth, the star core of Earth. Aligning you all to your beautiful realms, to the realms of your being. For this 3D Earth allows you now to create your own reality, your own realm, your own domain. A shift to your own domain. To birth life, your life, a life of your own. Miriakeshka triatave. Kiriavare krieshki talavamata kikish. Miatosh. Now that we are here, we may receive the integration for this time. What is available for us, universe, to love into life at this time? Virya Kirieshki Atur Talavekeshkita, Kiriatur Talavementesh, Kiria Verakiki, Talvo, Kiesh. We've received the integration, and now it's time for your information, rather. It's now time for integration. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in, Viryaki Kiaturo Talavashki Azatria Katuro. Deep breath out, Kirieshki Aturo Talavala Metreshki Atir. Deep breath in, Greshki Atur Talavala Tatoshki Atire. Deep breath out, Krieshki Atur Kiribeshki Atur Talavatesh. Deep breath in, Kara Krieshki Atur Talavir. And a deep breath out, Kiriatosh. Keep breathing at ease. Vala Kriye. Kirieshki Atur. Kiriatalave. Talveki. Kioshkatu, Kiviriesh, Raturo, Kiria, Viriesh, Ritash, Kiatove. Varo. Wheel of Fortune, shifting changes. aligning the 3D, the life realm to you. Resources, support, the ingredients to your life now find you, for you are home now. You are now in the realm of life, to live and express the life you wanted, but as you now, as your truth, as your source, as your love now. And you are safe here, you're protected, you're no longer conditioned. The illusion no longer applies to you. Those operating in the illusion, they will not resonate. Do not fear, do not worry. You keep being as the beautiful, glorious, high-frequency beings you've always been. You are simply in the light, in the life, in the physical, in the 3D. And you now expand and evolve the realm of life, of human experiencing, into higher frequencies of being. A 3D dimension with the highest frequencies of experiencing and being with you. Within self-love, within the realm where we all love the beings we are into life. Blessed be.